In January 2023, Trippie Redd got pulled over, and there's a body cam footage of the officer who pulled him over that just surfaced on the internet last week. I've taken some time to break it down, and today I'm going to be showing you my findings and walking you through the 40-minute long video in quick time. So buckle up, let's get into it, and let me walk you through the Trippie Redd traffic stop. So some of you may be asking, why did Trippie Redd get pulled over? Well, he got pulled over initially for having illegally tinted windows. But then Trippie's security also pulled over with them, which put the police on the edge, and they realized that Trippie also hotboxed the car, which they assumed would be an illegal substance that they would smoke in the car, aka that Trippie and his brother were smoking weed in the car while driving. But then stuff gets worse as they realize that Trippie does not have his license or his brother does not have his license. So, where's the footage? Let's get into it. So the conflict starts as Trippie's security was there, and the police was telling the security to leave as they were not the ones pulled over.
What are you doing? Get out of here! Get out of here! We didn't stop you! Get out of here!
Get out!
Why are you stopping, sir? You can leave. Sir, you can leave. That's not the way we do traffic stops. You need to get out of here, sir.
You're not pulling to the side. You need to get out.
Sir.
To start, this puts the cops in danger as there can be more people at a scene. And if there are actually threats getting pulled over, then the police are outnumbered in that sense. Like 10v2. 10 people, 2 cops. It can be outnumbered in that stance, and cops also want to keep themselves safe. So here the police tell the security team to leave as they were not the ones pulled over, and that the police want to deal with Trippie Redd on his own. No, the police also don't know that they just pulled over Trippie Redd. So keep that in mind when watching this. Trippie Redd first comes into the scene here.
Hands on the steering wheel. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. We're gonna make this nice and simple.
Okay.
Any firearms in the car?
No, ma'am.
No firearms on you or in the car?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
The cop tells him to put his hands on the wheel, and he complies.
You have a license?
I don't have a license.
Have you ever had a license?
No, I haven't had a license.
So Trippie tells the cop he doesn't have a license, and the cop asks, have you ever had a license? And he says no, that he hasn't had a license, and that his brother is beside him.
Have you ever had a license?
No, I haven't had a license. This is my older brother. This is my car. That's in my label's name, and he has his license, and I'm able to ride with him because he's.
Trippie then says that he is able to ride with his brother as his brother has a license, and that is his own way of rationalizing the activity that he is doing. The police says that is not true according to the law. Now, I did some research into if you can actually drive without a license in Florida if somebody beside you has a license, and the police is right. You cannot drive without having a license in Florida. It makes sense that you shouldn't be able to operate a motorized vehicle if you do not have a license. So I understand the police's frustration, especially not knowing the situation at hand and who Trippie Redd is. And no, we shouldn't give Trippie Redd some different type of care just because he's an artist, but I understand where the mix-up can be between driving without a license and having somebody beside you who has a license and driving with a license. If somebody's beside you who has a license, they know how to drive. They know how to take a left, take a right, in this situation, that situation. And they can verbally tell you this stuff also when you drive to help you out. So somebody is there with you. There is supervision in that standpoint, but you yourself have not completed the proper test to drive. So I understand why they also don't give it. Some of you may be saying the first driver's test that you did do is a written test. Why are you allowed to drive with a written test? And he can't drive if he doesn't complete that written test. I feel like the reason why we can't drive without writing that written test is our names are not in the software yet. They're having a tough time in this body cam footage identifying who Trippie Redd actually is, but due to him being actually on the internet, like you search up Trippie Redd, it comes up. They knew that he was who he says he was, but it's just hard at first because it's like your name's not in the database. They can't really just search it up and be like, okay, so this license is this person. Because at the end of the day, driver's licenses are just identifications too. We use them to get into bars, we use them to get into clubs. So I understand why she could be getting so upset right here, but it's also really a toss. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Should you be able to drive without a license? Let's get back into the video though.
It doesn't matter. What's your...
I'm just letting you know what's going on. I'm not trying to start it.
Just stand over.
Just being nice to you.
What's that?
Nice to you too.
What's in your pocket?
Here's what's in my pocket. My mask and my car keys.
Okay.
So around this part here, Trippie starts to stand up to her and tell her that he's trying to be nice. He's trying to de-escalate the situation, and he's extremely upfront and nice to the cop, as he wants to get her to cooperate with him. He's trying to get on her good side because he realizes that this actually may go south right here, that it may go bad.
Do me a favor. Lean right over there on the car. Right. No, you can face me. You don't have to do that. Let me explain to you what's going on. You said that you're trying to be nice.
The cop tells him to walk over there towards the car. Trippie Red thinks he's getting arrested. In reality, the cop is just telling him to lean on the car.
You're hotboxing. You're not in cuffs right now because I'm being nice, okay?
Yes.
So that's number one. If I didn't like what I was feeling, you'd be in handcuffs because I have the right to do that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? And number three, that is bad for our safety.
What is?
We stop one car and 2 other cars stop that are all blacked out.
The cop explained what's going on, that he is hotboxing, and she assumes there's an illegal substance being hotboxed. For those of you who don't know what hotboxing is the practice of filling a small room or space with smoke from something, especially an illegal drug, in order to breathe it in. People hotbox in order to put weed, marijuana in a small container so you get even more and feel more of that substance. She's assuming that there was weed used in this situation, and the reason why she's assuming this is probably because she smelt it. Now, it's hard to put such judgment on it, but you will see everything pan out in this body cam footage.
Is bad for our safety.
What is?
We stop one car and 2 other cars stop that are all blacked out. So you gotta put yourself in my situation. So now we're gonna reset.
I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to be sorry.
Can I explain something
Let me
to you?
finish because we both can't talk at the same time. Okay? And I'm happy that your older brother's here. You can come over here. Please don't tell me that you're allowed to drive because your older brother's in the car. Because you're not allowed to drive because you don't have a license.
Sorry, she asked me.
They just heightened us from 2 to 10. I don't give a shit if that's your security guard or not. We are getting shot out here for telling people that their gas caps are open. Wait, let me finish.
So are people like me.
Let me finish.
But I want you
Let
to
me finish.
The police goes into explaining how it's unsafe for the security to be around when the police pull up, as they could have done something to harm the police, as I previously mentioned, as there could be outnumbered police in that situation. Too many bystanders, too many people who may in some sense be violent. I'm not saying they are violent, but you could pull someone over who does have gang affiliations, who does have people who will do the dirty work for you in that scene, and the police can get taken care of. And the police don't want this. They want to live. They have families at the end of the day too. In this part of the footage, she really just goes into the threats that do face her. She brings up how Trippie is breaking the law by driving without a license. She doesn't say what's going to happen to him. So in this part of the video, the cop brings up how the police are getting shot for minor incidents. She's clearly distressed, but yes, she is overreacting. But that's easy to say for us watching this. It's easy to say that yes, she's overreacting because we've never been in a situation like this. We've never been in a tense situation where we pull someone over and we don't know how they're going to react or how it's going to go. It's easy for us to put our lens into it, but when we actually live through that type of situation, we may be acting a similar or much worse way. I know there's a lot of training that goes into being a police officer, and the way you react heavily goes into it. So it's easy to talk, but it's harder to do. Much harder to do. This part right here I thought was really funny.
I don't think you understand.
No, you don't understand. I don't care if you're Drake. They cannot come to a traffic stop. So we're gonna do it this way. Come right here, have a seat on the curb.
She says she doesn't care if Trippie is Drake, that it can't go like this. At this point, obviously, she doesn't know who Trippie Red yet is and the accolades that he has accomplished in his life, but it's just funny for a police officer to say such.
You cannot drive without a license. So let me tell you what we're working with now that the mood has changed. So right now you should be arrested. I don't care who you have next to you. I don't care who you are. You have no license. Okay? You have a license, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
You have it on you?
No, ma'am.
Is it in the car?
We travel a lot.
Can one of you just watch over there?
I just lost my license. And we were just leaving to go to the studio.
Okay.
Here it's revealed that Trippie Red's brother also does not have his license on him, and he only has a temporary, which he does not have physically on him. In today's world, there's a big thing about bringing your license with you, a physical copy, and he doesn't have a physical copy with him, so stuff's gonna get a little bit worse.
Because our car doesn't have it.
When we cannot see, well, there are so many cars blocking us in. So let me tell you where we are right now, okay? I don't have to explain anything to you. No, let me, and I mean this respectfully.
So the police officer walks over to his security and he tells them that they were hotboxing and that they have illegal tints. The big things right here, that hotboxing, so there's probably an illegal substance or a cause for an illegal substance, plus illegal tints, saying that these tints are too dark and it makes it unsafe for other drivers and for police officers to see who is driving the car. And here she says he doesn't care who he is and is worried for her safety. And she keeps bringing up that Trippie Red can be arrested for driving without a license. She's trying to get Trippie to cooperate even more and get as much information as she can from the scene.
Okay? So now let's reset and let's try this again. The reason that I stopped you is because of your tinted windows.
I'm sorry, by the way.
Don't worry.
I disrespected you.
No, you didn't disrespect me. You don't have to apologize. I'm nobody for you to apologize to me, but I appreciate it. So, before I destroy the car and get all these drug dogs to put hair all over your car, Were you smoking a joint, or do you have more?
The police officer says that she will search the car, and she asks if there's anything in the car. And the search is about to begin. But before it begins, a fan drives by and says what's up to Trippie. I find this part pretty funny too.
Do me a favor. Keep going before you get a citation for impeding a traffic stop.
Man, Trippie red for life. Just go. I'm sorry. We're sorry.
Do you have anything else in the car that I need to know about?
I have my own personal weed in there.
Okay, where is it?
This is the front seat right there.
No problem.
Obviously, when you're at such a place as Trippie, there's always going to be people that drive by in your life and always just say hey to you, say I love you to you. It's just funny that it's happening during a traffic stop like this. So here she checks for items, she's just looking around, and she does find a bag that does have weed in it, that does have marijuana in the bag. For this, she detains Trippie's cousin and Trippie and puts both of them in handcuffs.
No, that gentleman right there. Right now, you're being detained, okay? You're not under arrest yet, all right?
Different car?
They can sit here.
No, but I'm saying different car?
She then walks over to the manager and the girlfriend of Trippie and tells them they can't talk to him because he's not a juvenile. In some situations, when there is a juvenile, the police officers legally have to tell the people around, such as like a security guard or a girlfriend, about what is going on in the situation. But since Trippie is not a juvenile, they don't have to bring such up. So here, Trippie Red's brother does get arrested for having weed in his bag, and it's brought up that Trippie will get citations and won't be arrested. Now she walks over to the manager and she tells that Trippie's brother is getting arrested and Trippie is getting citations, but he is free to go. They've realized that Trippie Red is a rapper, and they're trying to streamline this as quick as they can, but they do have to bring Trippie Red's brother into the station just to get him booked on what actually is going on, and try to get him out as quickly as they can. She keeps bringing that up, that she wants Trippie Red's brother out as quickly as they can, but it does take a few hours. This video is filmed around 1 o'clock in the morning. She says he should be out by 7. This part sounds funny to me, as when she walks back to Trippie, she says the following.
I don't want to call you Trippie. What's your last name again?
What?
White. So your brother's being arrested. I'm gonna give him his phone so he can go to the jail with.
She really says that he wants a new name for him, that she doesn't want to call him Trippie anymore. It's just funny because she's realized who Trippie Red is, and now she's just playing along with it. This part's also funny because she dents someone's car.
No.
Oh shit! Please tell me that was my car. Whose car did I just dent? Oh, okay.
And now she starts to have a conversation with him, ask him why he's here and why he's not in Ohio. Because he did say he is originally from Ohio, and now she's asking why he's in Florida.
You had a show here in Miami or something? Pick up your head, man.
I live here.
Oh, you live here? So what's up with Ohio? Is that where your brother's from, or just you?
We're both from Ohio.
Oh, so you live here?
Just moved out here.
Oh, okay. So what do? You rap?
Yeah, I just make music. I'm an entertainer.
Well, everybody knows you because everybody's like recording you. That's why I wanted you to stay here. So
She's obviously realized who Trippie Red is, and now she's just having a conversation with him. She gives back the legal things from the bag, such as the rolling paper, but she does say there is a lot of weed in here. She then walks over to Trippie Red's brother and does say that she'll charge his phone in the car to make sure that he can use it when he gets out.
that you're gonna be with me, I could charge the phone for you. That way they don't fuck with your shit in TGK. I told the
I don't want to ransack this whole car.
I told the big guy, the big tall guy, where you're gonna be. I told him that I'm gonna try to do it as fast as I can, so I can get you there so you can see the judge and you'll be able to bond out.
Like tonight.
It'll be like in the morning, 6, 7 in the morning. What time is it? It's already like 1.
1.
It's already 1.
Yeah, it's already 1.
Listen, man, I didn't want to, I was going to give you a lecture about your tints because you weren't even driving. I was going to give you a lecture about telling your little brother to do the right thing.
Like, I know this.
Listen, baby, I can't jeopardize my job.
She is being really nice to him. She is giving him like privileges in some sense to do that. But it is warranted because she does know that they aren't threats, that they aren't here to cause any problems, that they did cooperate and they did make her job a lot easier. So she's also trying to help them out as much as she can, but she also says she can't let him go because he does have a lot of weed and it just doesn't look good on him. She then walks over and says that she explains how she feels bad and why she got heated. And the next steps for Trippie Red should be to get his license in order for this to never happen again. As if he had his license, this would have been a much easier walkthrough than the current process that did happen. She concludes with making some jokes, and then they all head out and they all go their separate ways.
Yeah, that was you, wasn't it?
It was me. I mean, you see, I had got out the car.
Block me in. Look at you. Huh.
No.
So you're driving a Jeep, he's driving a Bentley? You're driving a Jeep, he's driving a Bentley? Mm-hmm. That's life.
That's life.
And that is the body cam footage that did drop. So, what can we learn? Well, what we did learn is that Trippie Red did an amazing job walking through this traffic stop. He was calm, collected. Yes, there were actual things that they wanted to book him on, but he did approach it in a proper way, being nice to the police, answering questions, and following their directions. In situations like this, it's best to do that, as there is authority that is over you, and there's no point in actually risking your life or their life by doing something out there. As we saw, in 10 minutes, it de-escalated extremely fast. Within 10 minutes, they were already talking like friends. They weren't yelling at each other anymore. Initially, yes, it is really tense, but that does de-escalate over time. And that de-escalation phase does take time to get there. Not advice, but for me, I would really just take it easy and listen to what the police is saying to walk them through exactly what I am thinking, what I am going through, and to understand what they are going through to get through the problem. I know it's much easier to say than actually do, but that would be what I would say. I hope you learned something new within this video. If you're interested more into breaking down these type of videos, I did do one on X breaking down his incident after he stabbed his manager tables and his interrogation footage. So if you want to see me breaking stuff down, right here. I also have a Discord. You can join the Discord. We talk about X stuff there, talk about rapper stuff in there, and we try to grow ourselves in there. So I love y'all. Thank y'all. Take care.